welcome to the interview. We're here today with PWRUP Band, and we're going to be talking to them about their new album that's coming out on the 24th. It's called Just Devils. And why don't each one of you individually introduce yourselves and let everybody know what part you play in the band and whatnot?
Sure. I'm Gary, bass and vocals.
I'm Aaron. I play guitar and I do vocals.
Jeff, guitar, some vocals.
My name is Justin, and I sing and I play trombone. And I
Ooh.
go, ah!
It does do that a lot.
Yeah, it does that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So since you guys, this is the first interview you've done for the show, I want to ask the question I ask every new band on the show is, what is the origin story of PWRUP?
I don't know.
Gary's got the deer in the headlights look.
Pretty much all, at least Jeff and I, and most of us have played together for like 20 years in various bands. We got back together probably just to jam out like 2015, 2016. For the hell of it, wrote some songs. I think we all had like unfinished business within the genre. I feel like within punk, within ska, within hardcore, that we wanted to like kind of put a cap on, and that's what this record pretty much is. We tried to write exactly what we've tried to write, but haven't quite gotten to for most of our lives.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Like we've been in so many ska and punk and hardcore, and Gary was in a prog band for a long time.
For a decade.
And like I don't know, there was always something that just was like sitting on the back burner that took us a long time to get to. And we've all just happened to be in a place to do it back in like 2016. So we started it, and then I moved away for a year, and then I came back, and it was like, you know what, let's just do it.
Pretty much.
Awesome. So I've been kind of pitching you guys on the show as a ska core band. Is that a fair assessment of what you guys are shooting for, or how would you describe your sound?
We happily claim the title of ska core.
Yeah, that pretty much encapsulates it.
A lot of people apparently don't think we're ska, but that's fine. We're really more of a thrash band with a trombone, but like I'm fine with people calling us ska core. I like it. It's the scene we really belong to. So
awesome. So I want to talk about the album and the name in particular. So first, this is your first full-length album. You had an EP out in 2018, I believe.
Yes.
So this is the first full-length.
Yeah. So the full length, it's all the songs that were on the EP, and we re-recorded all of them like professional quality, and we added 5 new songs. And I mean, you can decide for yourself. We got 3 of the singles out already, but we think it's a hell of a lot better.
It sounds a little better.
We did the best we could with that. Like Jeff learned how to record on GarageBand, and the whole thing was a learning process. But then getting our drummer Brian in the band, and he's like a professional audio engineer.
Nice.
And he had like a studio, and we got in there, and he started recording us, and we were like, oh God, wow.
I think the quote I like the best, and I say it the most, is it sounds like a real band. When you listen to the room, like, wow. It sounds like a
Gary, you and I, it only took us like 25 years to sound like
yeah,
a real band,
yeah.
we did it.
Like, it finally happened.
Just keep plugging away, and eventually you make it. I do like the album version of Corner Office. So we'll
Thank you.
We'll swing back to that
Very
one, 'cause I
much.
think that's a song I'd like to talk about, ask you some questions about.
Let's do it.
But,
Okay.
Okay, so you have a lot. A lot. You have some features on this album with Best
Just a
of the
couple.
Worst and Death Stereo. Is that it's
Death-
slipping my
Death by
mind.
Stereo.
Death by
Death by
Stereo.
Stereo.
Yeah.
By
yeah.
Stereo. Yes. So are there any that I'm missing there?
So let's see. Track 1 has Dissidente. Track 2 has The Best of the Worst. Track, let's see, 9 has Death by Stereo. Track 11 has Knockover City and Tragwag, and track 12 has Mega Infinity and Hell Beach.
Awesome.
Did I miss any?
Throughout
I think I got
oh
all.
Voodoo.
yeah.
Eric from Voodoo does sax on almost every song. Pretty much.
More than half of the songs for sure.
Yeah.
And Chris Ruckus from Dissidente did a bunch of organ for throughout the album.
Awesome. So would you say you're deep in the ska scene? You're not kidding when you say that. When you
That is the scene we know.
yes. Awesome. So you just. Oh, we've got a
Welcome,
new
Brian.
drummer. Hello.
Oh yeah, this
up?
is our drummer Brian. He's here,
I made it.
Yeah.
I
I made
made
the
it.
album. That's the one we just referenced, and
Oh,
right
yeah.
on
Yeah, you
cue.
made- you
right
made
on
the
cue
album.
came in.
My phone is gonna die though. Shit.
Shish kebab.
This is like a metaphor for our band because Brian came into our band about 15 minutes late as well.
Yeah, no, this is perfect.
There you go. Something like that.
Okay.
Oh,
Look at
I'm
the corner-
frozen.
Look at the corner of his head.
Corner,
Look at that.
corner head fist.
Corner
Hold on.
of his.
Stop it.
Okay. I might not have camera, but we'll see.
You need camera. You
You
need
need
it. You need it.
Nobody
need
wants to
camera
look at you
interview.
anyway. It's fine.
Also true.
All
Ooh.
right. Just give
This
me
is a little tape-
one
this is a little-
second, because I had this cropped off, and now that there's more people than I expected.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
It was a quick
Sweet,
fix.
This is what they call content.
At least we don't have like a full horn section because
It's a little
In
taste
the
of our
horns.
on our
A little taste of the
wives.
chaos.
A little,
Yeah.
a little
when you
case
talk
of
on stage. What the fuck?
yeah,
Our
yeah.
banter. This is what
Yeah,
our banter
what the
is
fuck
like.
is that?
Yeah, I had
Oh,
a
sorry.
bunch of my kids on here so I could set up the scene just right. I don't have. I have a lot of kids. I don't think I have enough for a full horn section. But
You never know.
definitely don't have enough for a 12-piece band. Almost. though.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That sounds like my personal hell.
Okay, so welcome, Brian. Is it?
That's
drummer
me.
for the band, and also the
Producer.
audio engineer is. What
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds
Producer.
about right.
the
Awesome.
wizard
Well,
behind it all.
Welcome to the interview.
Thank you.
Okay, so this album is also the first album you've done with Ska Punk International. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. We talk a lot on the show. Actually, almost every ska act that I've interviewed has name dropped ska punk as just one of the influential labels in the ska scene and in the DIY music scene. So it's cool that you're working with them. Is there anything you want to say about the experience or anything?
Yeah. So we really took our time with this album. It took us like 4 or 5 years to do, and throughout that time, obviously, like anybody, you're thinking about like, okay, how are we going to release this? Who are we going to release this with? And like, obviously, there's a lot of different options. Like, who knows what would be available to us? But you're always going to have your wish list. SPI was always on that list. And earlier this year, I ended up going down to Texas for SPI Fest, and seeing that scene and like the community that they have built over the past few years, it just became very clear that that's where we belonged.
Awesome.
And they do such a great job there, and the community is absolutely wonderful. Chris has been incredible. Mishi's been incredible, and it's just been a really great experience for us.
Cool. They're based out of the Austin area, right? Am I correct?
Denton.
Denton. Oh my goodness. I used to live in Denton. That's amazing. That's wild.
Yeah, Chris is out of Denton. Me, she's out of Long Island.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. So, moving on, we had mentioned Corner Office earlier, and I said we was going to swing back to that. So here we are. That's the remastered version. I don't know if that's what you guys want to call it, but it's kind of what I have on my notes.
Completely re-recorded, yeah.
Totally re-recorded.
From the ground up, yeah.
Oh, okay. Re-recorded. Okay. That version is amazing, and I just kind of want you guys to talk about the inspiration behind the song and stuff, because it's a pretty cool song, and I'd like to get you guys' take on it.
Well, Gary wrote most of it, so if you want to talk about it.
Did I write the lyrics?
You wrote you wrote half the lyrics, yeah.
You probably right. Yeah, I think we had the concept together as a band, like of what we wanted to write it on. So like verse 1 is about someone in poverty, and verse 2 is about someone who's like a rich and a CEO, or possibly like a Nazi. I don't know, something like that. And it just it shows. What does it show? It shows the perspective of both people, regardless of the morality of it, as to why they think, the motivations behind, or the justifications behind why people would be in that position and be okay with it. I think that's, and then the chorus kind of ties it together.
Yeah. So like, the chorus the lyrics for the chorus were very heavily inspired by the irrationality of rationality by NoFX, where it's kind of comparing like a lot of different people in a lot of different scenarios, and like it's different views of like privilege.
Mm-hmm.
Where one person is, on the street and, guilty of not being able to survive on the street, whereas the other one is, born with, the silver spoon in his mouth and thinks he deserves to be there because he worked so hard to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of just like it centers a lot around like the myths of like bootstraps and ladder climbing and etc.
Yeah,
that's a very nice critique of society, I think, which is the take I got from it. So it's very very cool that way. Would you guys say that you as a band tend to critique society in some of the parts?
A little bit.
A little bit.
That was kind of a leading question, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess you could say we lean a bit left.
Little bit.
Slightly.
Just a tad.
Just a tad.
Awesome. So I kind of want to talk about Constagnation, the simulation. Now that's was one of the first singles you released for the album.
The ska song.
The ska song. I believe this is the one you pitched as kind of the bait and switch song for the album.
Yeah, we did.
I
told everyone.
Yeah.
I told everyone, I was like, this is the most ska you're gonna get from us.
It's a great song, but why don't you tell everybody inspirations behind that one and kind of what you were going for?
I'll start just from the music, and then you can go to Justin for the lyrics. But like musically, Jeff and I were actually just sitting in the basement, and we were like, we don't have any just straight up ska songs. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna write a ska song, and it's gonna be mostly one chord, and fuck it. We're just gonna fucking do it. And so we did it, and then we just kept adding shit, and it just kept progressively getting more and more complicated. And then it ended up being probably one of our favorite songs on the album.
Yeah,
I think the chorus, actually, Gary wrote that for maybe something else. I remember we were jamming on it, and it ended up
8 years ago or something.
Yeah, and like kind of changing, and it ended up working with the ska riff that Aaron came up with, and
that was like the Pennywise riff.
Yeah, we played. It used to be like double time because everything is just faster, right?
Yeah,
faster, stronger.
Everything's better, faster. But
I decided we needed one song that didn't have the fast beat.
Yep.
And I was like,
Yeah.
There's no
The
fast
sec-
beat in castigation.
there is at the very end,
Okay.
but we originally had the second half of the chorus as a
Double
fast
time.
beat. Yeah, and I put the
You're
kibosh
like,
on
no.
that. I'm like, no,
Yes.
we don't need more of that.
Lost it in production.
Yep.
But yeah, Justin wrote the majority of the lyrics for it.
Yeah, this was one of the easiest songs to write. It just like I was able to just put it out like so when I write a song, I don't write the lyrics beforehand. I listen to the song, I make them write the entire song, and then I add horns and lyrics over that. And this just yeah, I felt it, like we all have a long history with ska and ska bands and how we got into everything, and we all hopefully are better people than we used to be. You know, we have lived and experienced things and done things and learned from those things, and all come out more damaged and hopefully better people. And that's really what this is. It's just looking at the last time I was in a ska core band and how I used to act, how uh, I would do a lot of drinking in the van instead of chilling with other bands, or caring about shows more, or just not cherishing the relationships that I was building because I didn't know. I was just dumb. Uh I spent the time not as wisely as I could have in that regard, and a lot of friends that I used to have I don't have anymore, and that's my fault. So that's
You referenced a lot of different things in the lyrics too. Like I think
I
Smash
straight up
Mouth and
stole oh yeah, the disconnect the dots from Smash Mouth, Scarborough Fair. That was a fun one. Remember me to someone from my past, I believe, is a direct rip from that. But yeah, no, this was a really really fun song to write, and it has a lot of feels. You know.
Yeah.
and Joe Scala actually wrote his own part in the bridge.
Oh yeah,
We got we
the
sent
best
him the
part of the
song, and
song.
yeah, we sent him the song, and he was like, all right, what do you want me to sing? And I was like, do you want to just write your own part? And then he was like, all right, what's the general feel? And I was like, I don't know, kind of like self-deprecation. And he was like, perfect. And
It's definitely a great song. Are there any other songs on the album that you kind of want to talk up that people should check out? Perhaps one that's not a single, so yeah, give people something to look forward to.
I mean, definitely all the new ones. The first track on the album, President Evil 2, which has Chris Ruckus from Dissidente on it. It is very fast, lots of shredding, and it's, in my opinion, a scathing review of the two-party system and how bullshit it is and how it's all really just an act. Referencing like, the right freaking out over like microchip vaccines and masks, and the left, basically just saying, oh, okay, we're all set. As long as we have diversity, that's all that matters. Which obviously diversity matters, but like in the context of the industrial war, like the military industrial complex,
Yeah,
it's like,
okay, I got you.
yeah.
Eisenhower.
Give me more female drone pilots isn't really
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
helping things.
What's the line?
The most diverse war machine.
Yeah, the most diverse war machine, which was in the running for album titles, but
So we're actually had a question about the album title. Meant to drop it in the beginning when we were talking about the album, but I got sidetracked. Just Devils, is that like a double entendre, or is it just? Are you going for
The whole?
I've definitely thought about the word just meaning like having a double meaning, but it's actually a reference to They Bartholomew, one of the other singles we just dropped.
Stupid name.
Yeah, it is a ridiculous name for a song. But yeah, at the end of the song, Justin says, no heaven, no hell, no gods above, just devils. Like in reference to, I assume, just people, humanity in general,
Yeah, it's
losing faith in them.
that's Can we talk about the title for They Bartholomew?
Can we?
I don't
Yeah.
really-
That's about as far as it
Okay.
go.
Where did it come? It's something that I said.
We just say really stupid things at each other a lot.
That was
Yeah.
it was in the running for the band name. When we were choosing band names. It was on the board for a long time.
What else? What else was on there?
Along with Uncle Grunkle
Yeah.
was a possible band name.
I can't say it. Jeff will get mad at me.
Justin, what was your
Say
reference?
it.
Whipped shit was also on the board.
Like I don't
Not
know
like
if
whipped,
I'm
like
bothered by
like
that album. Yeah.
but
No,
like
like
whipped,
whipped
like
cream.
a cream, like
Yeah.
whipped cream, like whipped shit, like aerated.
Aerated?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, nice and
aerated,
fluffy.
Aerated shit would have been a better name.
If we were a pure thrash band, that would have been perfect.
That's true.
Do you know how
Like
glad I am
thrash
that our
crust.
band name? You know how glad I am that our band name is Power Up.
I totally and even
for
then
fucking
it's still
AC/DC.
they're like, yeah. Even then it's like you still have to say, yeah, well, there's only one vowel and still have to explain it, but never mind having to spell they Bartholomew.
No,
to
that's what makes
somebody.
us hip.
Right, and
Is I
ACDC
know.
destroying our SEO, but it is what it is.
I
It
was
was only
gonna
for 6
ask
months, and it
about
was during fucking COVID, whatever.
Yeah. You guys got me off kelter.
That happens.
Sorry.
We tend to do that.
imagine coming to one of our band practices.
Oh, I want to say one more thing about They Bartholomew. We had a group discussion, and we were like, all right, there's certain names we don't want to change. King Kong, we're keeping. They Be, we're keeping. And then we changed the rest of our names.
We
The-
changed
the
all.
rest of the songs names.
We changed all the ones that were names of vines. I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
all,
yeah.
Yeah.
all of the new songs were originally names of vines.
Yeah, there was Look at All Those Chickens. There was
Welcome to Chili's.
Welcome to Chili's. There was Hurricane Tortilla. I think that might have been it, but
I still don't know.
Yeah,
the names of
basically,
the songs.
yeah, we had a like a dry erase board in my basement. Anything ridiculous, put it on the board,
Put it on the
Yeah.
board.
and then
That's
Literally-
the name this
yeah.
week.
Literally,
They
the-
Bartholomew was the compromise.
yeah.
Literally, the last show we played, Gary looks at the set list and then looks at me. He goes, "I don't know what song this is."
Yeah, because it's not Hurricane Tortilla anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck
I had to-
features is.
I had to yell tortilla at him as I'm like clicking the sticks in.
Yeah,
Got a
Which, by the way,
we'll get there.
translation
We'll get there.
chart.
for me to go back, definitely check out the full album. I'm excited about those songs. They're kind of deeper in there, but yeah, get a little taste of that stuff.
For me to go back again, this is Justin. You're listening to Live Free DIY Hard.
Nice.
Thanks, Justin.
Thank you.
You got into whip shit
Um,
too quick. I couldn't, say my thing.
I certainly think that speaking of whipped shit, the community at large really appreciates that you went for Power Up instead of.
Oh, I think so too.
Are you saying you would not wear a whipped shit T-shirt?
What would the logo be?
Froyo.
It's just
It
a
would be the-
turd in a froyo cone, right?
The people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no,
We
it
would-
just looked like chocolate Froyo.
we would sell poop
That's the
emoji.
point.
hats. Poop
Um,
nice
emoji
and
would be
airy.
a good band name.
Probably is one.
Somebody's done it.
Okay, so I think that's it for everything that I had in general. I usually ask the band to pick a song from their discography to play the show out to. So if you would like to do that now, I'll play it after the interview.
The last song.
The most recent song?
No, the last one on the album.
Robber
No,
band.
you're gonna
Oh,
you're
yeah.
gonna
Oh,
you're gonna
yeah.
spoil
Well,
the,
you
the last one
you
on
wanna
the
release
album.
it
This is
early?
before the album. Okay, so sorry.
We should fuck it. We should release an album right here.
Yeah,
The whole album.
This
Put
is-
the whole album
This
right
is
now.
now a listening party.
Why
It's a
didn't they call
it's a
them 4 times?
717 exclusive.
Might
Yeah,
might as
link
might as
the-
well do Castigation the
Yeah,
simulation.
the link to the drive will pop up in the bottom corner.
Yeah.
So are we doing castigation is what I heard, or are we doing
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Ska.
Awesome.
Ska.
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 Definitely should do the bait and switch song. Get everybody hyped.
Yeah.
There you go.
Awesome. Okay, so now is the time where y'all get to do some shout outs, tell everybody where they can find you. Plug a friend if you want. It's your
Shout
time to
out
say what you want.
Connecticut Horse Cremation. They if you have a horse in the southern Connecticut area, you can Google Connecticut Horse Cremation. They will be there within a day.
Look at the reviews.
It's
The
right
reviews are
down the
great.
street. It's right down the street from Scottish Dave's Pub, which is our
out
favorite pub
Scottish
in
Dave's.
Connecticut.
I don't think they've heard of us,
Shout
but
out,
we've
Dave.
heard of them and shout out.
We checked out the reviews. They're good.
30 minutes or less, they'll
great
burn your
reviews.
horse.
I don't think that's an every case thing. We're not advocating that they're you don't get your money back if they don't do it in 30 minutes. But
Like
they will
Domino's?
be expedient. Okay.
For your money back, yeah.
I don't know, why don't we say where our music is?
Yeah. So our music is streaming everywhere. It'll be coming out.
OperationIvyReunion.com.
Yeah, that's our website. If you go to OperationIvyReunion.com, or theflamingtsunamis.com, or StuckLucky.com, or FatOfTheNalbert.com, or Brunavit.com, all of those are ours. But yeah, you can pre-order our album on Ska Punk International. All the singles are streaming, and the whole album will be streaming on Tuesday the 24th.
The actual URL is powerup.band.
All of those are the actual URL.
Shut
They'll all
up.
go to the same place.
Unless you want to go to Brian's other band, and that's AssJunkies.com. I'm not kidding.
That's not a
That's
joke.
real life. That's not a
It's true.
joke. None of
That's
those
real-
were jokes.
that's-
Those are all real websites that you can go to right now.
Do we want to
Check
shout
out
out friends? Do we want to shout out friends?
Yes.
Mega
Friends.
Infinity just dropped a sick EP. They're
Oh,
our
yeah.
friends.
Awesome.
So definitely check that out.
I love it.
Those vinyls came out wicked cool looking too.
Yeah, for sure.
Cornetto?
Our album release is Friday of next week, and we're gonna be playing with RoBi and Hell Beach and Film and Gender, all great bands to check out.
Awesome.
Shout out Knockover City from Lowell, Massachusetts. They're about to put out an album.
Oh yeah, that album's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's really, really good. On Constant Disappointment. I don't know when it's coming out. It's probably beginning of next year, spring maybe. I'm not
Yeah,
sure, but
yeah.
that's definitely worth waiting for. I'm going to pick that up immediately. It's so good.
Yeah,
The
for
28th,
sure.
we're in Syracuse. 28th in Syracuse. We'll do it with Malice.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a fun show.
But yeah, check out the website. We got the whole list of shows on there. So
Awesome. Okay. If everyone's done, I guess we're gonna wrap up the interview. I want to thank everybody for coming out. I thank the band, and thanks for making this happen. This was a really great interview. And
thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was
Appreciate
super
it.
fun.
Thank you very much.
Get us
so-
back for that King Challenge game.
Yeah,
Like that's
we'll talk about
let's
that.
do this.
So we'll be playing out to Castigation, but like in the
Ska.
future.
Simulation.
Scott song.
Got a song.